Here, you know what? We're going to start with Ava. Did I say it right?
It's Eva.
Eva, sorry. You wrote, you know what? I'll just do it in order so it's simple. You said a man dating a transgender woman is straight.
I mean, like, she's technically a girl, and, if he likes her for being a girl, he's straight, in my opinion.
What, actually, just going around the table, what is a woman?
Biologically or like Laura or like, biologically it's someone with a vagina. And in terms of like other things, it's just femininity. There's a reason why people are gay because it's not because they literally want a vagina. It's because they are probably like what a girl entails without periods and all that stuff. But like, yeah, they like probably like to do girly things. I think, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'll repeat the question. What is a woman?
Someone with a vagina.
Okay.
Someone with a uterus and a vagina.
Someone that has chromosomes of a woman.
Yeah, the X chromosome. Born with the X chromosome.
Someone who identifies as a woman.
Oh, yeah, uterus, vagina, woman.
Wait, hang on, just real quick. You do know XX and XY, so men are also born with the X chromosome. It's just XY.
XY, isn't XY a male?
Yes. So
I
that's
thought
also
just
an
X
chromosome, though.
I thought X was female.
Yeah, XX.
Oh, it's
Men are
two
also born
X's?
with
It's not just
XY.
one? Yeah. Okay, I thought it was just one.
Go ahead.
Someone that identifies as a woman, the same as she said.
Wait, who? Who said that?
She said.
Oh, you said a woman is someone who identifies as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you said? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your position too? Okay. Can you define a woman without using the word woman, though? So am I a woman if I identify as a woman?
No.
Why not? You just said a woman is someone who identifies as a woman.
If you feel you are a woman, you are.
No. I don't feel like I'm a woman, but I'm choosing to identify as a woman.
But you don't present as a woman either.
Biology and science don't lie. I'm sorry.
Okay. But so going to yours, you said a man dating a transgender woman is straight.
Yeah, if he sees him as a woman.
Yeah. I don't think it would be straight, though.
I mean, it's just beliefs, I think.
Fix it.
If he sees her as a woman and like originally she presented herself as a woman and maybe he doesn't care.
What if there's a penis?
If there's a penis?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little sus. But if he
Would it be straight?
if he likes her as a woman, yeah. Even
so if he was giving,
so if your best friend said he was going to go home and suck his girlfriend's dick, would he be straight?
You know what? It would be sus, but I would be like, yo, if you see
sus? What does that mean?
Sus means like that's a little like borderline thing.
Sus mean? Hang on. Doesn't sus mean I don't believe you?
But it's just not what I believe. I'm going to take their word. Why would they lie if they believe that they're dating a woman? Then they're dating a woman to me.
A man says to you,
Yes.
"I'm going to go home and suck my woman's dick."
Okay.
That's a little sus, but you're not sure if it's straight or not.
Dude, if he sees her as a woman, then that's his perspective.
As he's sucking her
Correct.
penis.
There's guys who can suck a dick and still be straight. I do believe that, like it's just, I do believe that. Yeah, you'd be surprised. They can still be straight. I think if they're gay, they fall in love with men. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Hang on. So men who suck men's dicks are also straight?
Oh, goddamn, maybe. Like if they say they like women and they think they like women. And they know they like women. I don't know. They tell me they like women.
I'm getting $100 so that you can wear the dunce cap.
Whatever. But I think that if they see whatever the person is as a woman, then it's a girl. I have no place to say anything else.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, how would you know except that they're, sucking a dick?
Yo, by all means, please. I don't. It's
Yeah, I
season,
know,
girl.
please, because
May I
that's
say
not,
something?
Yeah, as you
Yes.
should. Go ahead.
Hang on. I just want you to tell me true or false.
Okay.
Sometimes straight men go home and suck their wife's dick.
All right.
True or false?
I don't know. Dude, this day
No,
and
no,
age.
no. True or false? The only answer is true or false. Sometimes straight men go home and suck their wife's dick. True or false?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah,
You
I don't.
You don't know.
I'm respectful of other
You don't
people's
fucking know.
choices, and if they want to see their partner as a woman and they're a man, then I guess it's straight. Like I don't. I have no.
So then I'll ask again. True
Okay.
or false?
This is not a true or false question
so
to me.
one more time. True or false?
Not a true or
Sometimes
false
men
question
go-
for
yeah,
me.
that's all it is true. I'll tell you what. I'll make
Okay.
a deal with you.
Okay, sounds
Ask me any question which is true or false, and I'll answer with true or false if you do the same.
Okay, would you
go
suck a
first.
dick to save your wife's life?
What?
False. Now, my question to you. True or, by the way, that wasn't a true or false.
I know. I just
statement.
wanted to ask you.
True or false?
Okay.
True or false? Men go home sometimes and
Mm-hmm.
suck their wives' dicks.
Obama
I mean, yeah, true.
does
It could be possible. True.
on.
Wait,
It could be possible.
Wait.
Hold on.
Stop.
Hold
on.
Hang on. Just put your mouth.
Hold on.
Hold
Hold
on.
on. Hold on.
We're not going to do that.
Wait, sorry, what?
What happened?
I said Obama does it.
Stop. Please stop. Like, that's such a tired, like, oh, Michelle's a man. Please, like, let it. Like, stop. That's so ugly.
Are you gonna
it's
let?
trashy. That's
How do you feel about that?
that
rule?
is just so stupid. It's kind of like back in the day when people used to call Sierra a man for whatever the fucking reason, and everyone just kind of ran with it.
Or like Lady Gaga.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm not even.
The proper term is pansexual. You like people, all humans.
Look, I agree. Michelle Obama is not trans, just a really ugly woman. That's fair.
Like,
but back to this.
was so
I just
stupid.
can you just say true or false without any qualifier like I did for you?
But like, why do I have to say true or false? Like,
Because
it's
did
not
it
a
for
valid
you.
question.
I did it for you. I literally did it for you.
Oh, but I didn't
So
say
do
I'm
the
going to do it
same,
for
do
you.
the same.
I don't
Okay,
have
I'll
to
tell you what.
reciprocate.
We'll do this again. We'll see if you're actually good
Oh
faith.
my God. Okay.
Ask
okay.
me a true or false question. I'll say
Final
true or
thing.
false. Go ahead.
Final thing.
Gosh. Oh, okay. If you suck dick to save your wife, you are gay.
That's not a true
You
or
are
false
gay.
question.
You
Bro,
are
moving
gay.
it on.
You are
Moving it
gay.
on.
Okay, have that.
Yes.
Okay.
Hang on. True.
You are
If you
true?
suck dick to save your wife's life, you're gay. Fair
Wow.
enough. That's true.
Okay,
Now,
valid.
since I answered true or false.
Okay, I'm ready.
you
Yes,
ready?
yes.
You ready?
Yes.
So man goes home to suck wife's
Mm-hmm. Okay.
dick. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
True or false? That's his wife. True or false?
True. If he says this is his wife, I'm gonna respect it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got Ogle here. Thank you, Ogle.
Ogle_glue.net donated
Appreciate it, man.
$200.
Thank you, Ogle. Appreciate
Now
it.
that we know Chetu isn't 18, will she refund all the people on if she defrauded? She and her manager should look up fraudulent misrepresentation and consider returning the cash proactively.
I mean, I'm
Quick
19,
response.
but
I'm pretty sure
I
those people would still subscribe
understand.
to her, regardless.
All right.
Thank you.
Ogle,
Guys will be guys.
we're gonna get James Sexton on the case. You're gonna get not a subpoena. You're gonna get served a lawsuit. Boom. Big Sass Energy. I'm an individual that meets all monetary and physical standards of all these women. The only ones I'd even consider dating are the black gal and the Argentinian. Marge, LOL, size 14, lol, OF, lol. All right, thank you, Big Sass Energy. Appreciate it. We have Antenna Boy, W. Chloe Yumi. I don't usually watch the show, but I was shocked to peek in and see you. Massive fan.
Aw, I love you. Thank you.
All right, you can blow a kiss into this camera right here. Go for it.
I love you.
All right, thank you, Antenna Boy. Appreciate it, man. Okay, guys, super chats, $100 and up. Try to do it through Streamlabs. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Streamlabs.com/whatever. Moving on to the next thing. It was from our good friend Evelyn. Evelyn, the statement, men are not physically stronger than women. You circled that, so you think what?
No, because I think there are women that they are stronger than the men, and we can see that in sports even. So I don't believe that that is true.
Well, I agree with you that there are some women who are stronger than some men, but generally speaking, are men stronger than women?
For most of the physical work, yes.
as opposed to, what do you mean?
I don't know, like
Physically
carry
stronger.
heavy stuff. I don't know, like.
Yes, all sports, almost all
Yeah.
sports. In almost all sports, men do better than women. So, do you disagree or agree?
I disagree.
Well, okay.
Everyone is different, and the talent is not because you are a woman or a boy. So it depends.
Well, here's the thing, though, is if you look at world record holders, so you have, for example, 15-year-old high school boys who are faster than, or whatever the sport is, than Olympic world record holders. So, and you have, for example, you like soccer or football?
Yeah.
You're from Argentina?
Yeah.
Okay. 15. Are you disagree? You disagree or?
Oh no.
Oh, you're doing a weird thing with
Sorry,
your
I'm
mouth.
just
so.
yeah.
So, okay, you have 15-year-old high school boys who like dominate and crush like professional female soccer teams. How do you explain that?
Testosterone.
I'm not asking you, I'm asking her.
Can you repeat the question?
15-year-old high school boys, when they play against professional level female football players, soccer players,
Okay.
the 15-year-old high school boys destroy them.
Really?
Yes.
I don't believe you, but if you say so, it's fine.
Here. Okay.
Well, here, I can actually pull this up for you and give you the exact teams where this happened. But it is in fact the case that they took pro soccer athletes who were female, put them against a high school soccer team, and they lost not only mildly, but badly. And here I'll give you the names. This is high school soccer team. Male takes on pro female soccer team. 1 second here. I'll pull it up, Brian. I'll just make so that I make sure that you have the right ones. But this video went viral, by the way, of them doing this, and it was completely humiliating to the women. They lost by every single metric you could conceive of, and they were pros against a high school soccer team.
Okay.
Thanks for the information.
FC Dallas, U15, Boys Academy, U.S. Women's National Team. They won 5-2. Completely decimated. Just saying. Wasn't even close.
Here, I'll pull up the actual article here. Wait 1 sec. Here, do you have the other one pulled up that I sent you? Yeah, but I also sent this. So let's do the soccer one first, then we'll do the other one really quick. Okay, get that pulled up. Nope. Oof. All right, pull that up. Oh, there's going to be a bunch of fucking ad bullshit. Can't even. Yeah. So this is CV.
By the way,
hold on.
that was-
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
was just saying, US 15 means under 15. They were
Yeah, scroll
under
up, scroll up,
15
scroll
years
up.
old.
Make it bigger. Mouse wheel. Make it bigger. So the U.S. women's national team, which, mind you, didn't they win the Women's World Cup or something? So the Dallas under 15 boys squad beat the U.S. women's national team in a scrimmage. And then pull up the other one, the boys versus women.
U15 means under 15.
Yes.
These were
Yep.
15 years.
We showed it. So this is the overall medal count. So this is comparing. If you look under where it says boys versus women, it says male high school athletes versus female Olympians. So if you put high school boys and you put them in the Olympics against women in the Olympics, the high school boys will steal all those medals where it says overall medal count. They'll take all those medals from women. Scroll down. Here, let me hide the super chat thing. Scroll down. We're going to do track and field. We won't show everything, but scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Right? No. Up. Stay right there. This is going to resort it. So if you put high school boys against Olympic elite level women athletes, the men in the 100-meter dash or whatever, and in the 200 meters, boys take the top 8 places over women. So as a woman, or excuse me, as a man, actually, wait, just scroll down, actually. Let's see the other ones. This is 400 meters, 800 meters. It's going to resort it. So blue is boys, red is women. They take all the medals. They take the top 8 places for 400, 800 meters. Scroll down. So to be clear, okay, so the 5,000 meters, actually the women do a little better. 400-meter hurdles, the men do better. Just scroll down. We're going to skip through some of these. Scroll down, just scroll down. Let's get to swimming. Long jump. Here, we can do long jump. Okay, the men take most of it. Scroll down to let's do the pole vault, high jump.
I think we get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do one more. I just want to show you the swimming. Okay, the men take all of it. Scroll down.
We get it.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be thorough. Scroll down. Just scroll down. Scroll down.
Understood.
Swimming. Here's the swimming.
Majority of us
wait for the
agree
swimming.
that. Okay.
Here's the swimming.
Okay.
All right, you got high school boys who are
Yes. Yes. We get it.
But I don't know if she's
Point made.
convinced. Are you convinced?
And now that you show me the proof, yeah.
Oh, okay, that was easy.
Very
Cool.
nice.
Moving it on
Thank you for the
then.
information.
Thank you. Of course, you're welcome.
I just got to ask you though. So I want to believe that you're not a delusional woman. Can't you just look around you in society and see for yourself that it's not even close? Like when you think about all the electricians and movers and construction workers and mechanics and everybody who makes the world work with your own eyeballs, they're clearly not women. Like clearly not women, right? Like that's just clearly true to you, isn't it?
I know, but maybe at some point it's something like cultural, because for years, like women been doing like different type of work and men been doing different type of work. And of course, if they are stronger than women, as they say.
Actually, I love this argument. I think it's a great one. So if you're a primitive man and a primitive woman, and survival is the thing that you're after, then wouldn't you associate jobs with the people who are the best at those jobs in order to have the best survival rate? So very clearly then, if men are the hunters and women are the gatherers, what have we established?
I think we all get that biologically males are stronger.
It's not just stronger.
What else? Like,
Why are they just in the capacity for these things and women are not? It can't just have to do with strength, because there are women who you can argue are stronger than some men, and they still don't go into these fields. There must be something else which is compelling there. What is it?
Well, I've seen some women in the fields, but yeah, it's just harder work. Yeah, I understand.
No, there's basically none.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
if you look at linemen, electrical linemen, there's basically no women at all. Like, basically none. And even the ones who are considered electrical linemen don't actually go out and build power poles. They just don't exist in this field at all.
Do you want women to do that?
Want?
Yeah,
Well,
like is the point you're
thing
making is that
like,
you want women to do it?
I would happily, if you wanted to, I would be happy to exchange where women did all of the most horrific jobs in society while I kicked my feet up and said, look at my tits, and I got whatever I wanted. That seems like a way better deal to me.
Yeah, then the bigger there's just man and women stuff. Yeah, just what society is.
I mean, I don't know, Brian, am I crazy? Doesn't it seem like a way better deal? Like, how upset would you be if you were objectified for your body and basically didn't have to do shit?
But I thought you
Like, how mad would you be about that?
I think I would trade male privilege for female privilege.
So if
I'll
you could
do
be
that
born,
trade.
if you could
I'll
be
do that
born
trade.
again, would you choose to be a woman? Like genuinely, would you?
No,
really
I'm
choose-
saying if I could
Way
stay.
easier life.
But
I
would you
could
choose
stay-
to be a woman, like with everything you?
Yeah, but
I've
the
asked
problem,
this too,
The problem
and
is when you make So the problem with this is when you make an ontological argument, like would you choose your state of being?
Yes.
I don't know what the state of being
But
is.
you think it's easier, and you think it's more-
absent my own. I can only observe.
Correct.
So from an observational standpoint, it is very clear to me that women have life on easy mode in comparison to men, and that women often will demonize men as though that is not the case, which is just fucking absurd. It's very clear that they do.
Yes, I think men and women both have it hard in just different ways. But
No, women don't have it hard in any ways.
that's
come
your
on.
point of view. But if you
Okay,
think
tell me
if you think
Western
being a
women?
woman is very easy,
Yes.
from your perspective, would you just if you could choose?
I'm actually willing
you?
to listen to a counter argument. Tell me what
Can
are
you answer that
women's
question first, though?
hardships? Hang
Can
on.
you- yeah.
What are women's hardships? What are women's hardships? What
Can
are
you
they?
answer that question
men
I
don't
asked
have,
first?
That men don't have.
Can you answer
What?
that question I asked first, though?
One
Would
of
you
them being
be?
What's
would
the
you
question
want?
you ask? I'll answer, and then you answer. Promise?
Okay, promise. Okay,
All right.
so if you know, like for certain, that being a woman is that much easier, would you choose it? Would you want to be born a
well,
man?
Well, sure. From the logical spectrum.
No, just
of
like-
course.
You
I
would
so
really
yes,
want to
from
be
the logical
reborn.
spectrum, I would take all things
Just-
which are female privilege and hand them to men. Yes.
No, not handing. Would you be reborn as a female, if you could choose? Like, if it's so easy, would you want to be a female?
You're asking a question which I have no frame of reference to answer because it's ontological. You're asking.
But
about
you're
state of
literally
being.
saying being a female is easier. So I'm asking
it
you.
is easier.
So would you want to be a female? Like,
Yeah,
if you
but
could be
you're
reborn?
asking these are two different questions.
Well, I'm
You're
asking you
what I
this
want.
one. And I'm
Yeah, but
asking
you're
this
asking-
one.
You
Yes.
have to be silent enough for me to answer the question you ask.
Okay, but it's just a yes or no question, like you say. True
Yeah,
or
but
false?
it's
Yes
not
or no?
It's not okay. Okay, I'll tell you what. Yes, if I had the understanding.
No,
of
just
what
yes
that
or
means.
no. Just yes or no, because you think
Okay,
you know what a woman
okay,
is.
hang on. So yes or no?
Yes.
Would you get fucked up the vagina with razor wire to save your nephew?
I'm just, but
Yeah, answer my
you're
question,
for a
yes or no?
I
Would
asked
you
you
get fucked
first.
up the vagina with razor wire to save your nephew? Yes or no?
You see the point? You're counter arguing
Answer
my
my
question.
question,
Why don't you answer
lady,
mane?
lady. I
Man,
just answered yours. I
man, just say
answered
yes or
yours.
no. It's a
Answer
simple
mine.
yes or no.
Answer mine.
Answer
I did.
mine.
I said yes. I
But
said
you
yes.
said you
Now
brought
answer
it in
mine.
with a
I said
logical.
yes. What does the word
Okay.
fucking yes mean?
Okay, so
What
you would
does
be
the word
you would
yes
want to be
mean?
reborn as a woman.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Now,
you. That's
answer
it.
my question.
Okay, correct.
Would you
Go.
rather be, would you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Would you
Yes.
get fucked up your vagina with razor wire to save your nephew?
To say I don't really care for my family like that because I'm
No.
not
Hey,
close
yes
to
or
them.
no?
But if I had to get fucked,
Yes or no?
Okay, yes, 100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Then shut up with this bullshit.
Okay, why does
So,
that?
yes,
that has nothing
of
to do
course.
with each other. You're just asking
So,
an
yeah,
irrelevant
no,
question.
I'm saying that when you have,
Okay.
if you have a loaded yes or no.
Okay, correct.
Right? I can only answer though from the status of what is ontology. But if you load it, then I can load it back. So
Yeah,
here's another one.
I didn't say
Hang
you
on, hang
can't.
on. Here's another one.
Okay.
Here's another one. Here's
All
another
right.
one. Would you go back in time to kill Adolf
Where's the
Hitler
gong?
and save 6 million Jews?
Okay.
If you knew it would lead to the eradication of 8 million Asians?
Boring.
Do I have to choose?
Boring.
But why do I have
Yes,
to?
yes or no?
So why are you forcing
Yes or
me to
no?
Change
choose
the
such
channel.
a like?
Yes
this is
or
not.
no?
Boring.
Yes or no?
I don't even. I'm not. I don't know.
Boring.
I'm literally
Yes
asking
or
you a
no?
question, and you're asking me one
Yes
for
or
what
no?
point? Thank you for
Boring.
answering the fact.
Stop.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead again, because I promise. So I'm gonna have to answer and
Would
make a
you
choice.
go back in time and kill Adolf Hitler knowing it would save 6 million Jews if it led to the eradication of 8 million Asians? Would you do it, yes or no?
Perhaps. I don't. Yes.
No, that's not yes, or
yes,
no.
I will kill
That's
my
not yes
Asian
or no,
race.
perhaps.
Yes. Preferably like North Korea. Maybe like then they wouldn't be like preferably those Asians. You know, yes.
So now you now maybe you understand what a loaded question.
No,
is.
I
I'm
don't,
trying to
because you
answer-
for a
Oh, you
fact
don't
say
think
that women have it easier, and you're like, yeah, I would rather
They do have it easier.
tits and like take pictures, and you already said that as a woman that's not like right, and for you to be a woman and do that.
Wait, he
that's-
said that?
Yes.
No, never
Really?
happened.
But I'm just you literally say it's easier to just take tits, pictures and like live an easy life. So okay, then
easier.
if you were a woman, would you be doing that though? Yeah, it is
Yeah,
easier, but a more
again.
and yeah, you think about the OnlyFans girls who do it, but what about the girls that aren't doing it? You know, like
What
I'm.
about 'em?
Yeah, you're talking about them.
Yeah, what about them?
Yeah, they're not doing it. And you guys always talk
They
about
are
the
doing it.
worst
What do you mean?
things. Okay, but anyways.
How many more questions do you have?
Yeah,
Because
correct.
I'm ready to go home. We need to like wrap this up.
Yeah, we got more.
Okay,
So,
well, let's get it going.
Okay.
I mean,
What time is it?
It's time to go home.
it's time
So
to
how many more
continue the
questions
show,
do we
so-
have?
We got 8 minutes left.
Nah, we're going longer because y'all took forever to get through all this stuff.
No,
so.
no.
Yeah, we're
You
going-
let the whole argument with them continue for very, very long time. Like
Yeah, that
15,
was
20
like
minutes.
a yelling match for 10 minutes is like ridiculous, like
That was long,
longer.
and we didn't
Like
step
anyway,
in.
what are the
Okay,
questions? What do we have to do?
how about we
Let's go.
stop the meta conversation? We'll get through all the questions,
good.
and then once we're done with everything, then we can wrap the show.
Okay.
So we can. This is an interesting convo. Perhaps time permitting, we'll get back to it. But I'm going to continue on with the questionnaire. Going to you.
Yes.
You said so. For number 19, men are
Yes.
not the primary victims of war. To which you agree. So who are the primary victims of war?
I think about everything, like in terms of like rape on women, like not just if you're talking about them doing the fighting, I do think they are like, of course, the victims
yeah, but it's
of war.
about war.
Yeah, but then like I'm talking about like everything about war, like the rape of war, the
Let's
fighting
use
of war.
grape.
Oh, sorry.
Don't use essay or
Sorry.
grape.
Sorry, the grape of war, and I think it in that perspective. But if you're talking about who fought and stuff,
Okay,
yeah.
let me ask you a question then. So you're saying that, like if we
everyone's
take,
somewhat affected, but the main.
well, how do you differentiate when it comes to, I guess, the impact or suffering? So,
Yeah.
do you think, for example, like, do you make the following trade? I guess, if you can prevent one woman from being raped, it's worth killing 1,000 men. Do you take that trade?
No, I can't
Okay.
because that's something I can't even choose from. Like I personally.
yeah, I know you don't
of
have
course,
that
Yeah,
actual-
of course.
it's a
Sorry.
hypothetical.
Yeah, but no, that's
Okay,
not
so
something
in
I would
war,
choose. Yeah.
overwhelmingly, and if you can look at historical wars, World War II, World War
But
I.
I say in
hold
this-
on, stop interrupting.
Okay. Sorry, I get
If you look at
excited.
World War II,
Okay.
World War I,
Yeah.
these are the most documented historical events ever.
Okay.
So we know pretty well when it comes to military casualties, deaths, and then also crimes against women.
Correct.
I don't know why you're doing this.
I'm
why don't you
I'm
chill
so
out,
excited
relax.
to talk about this. Okay.
Okay. So we know that something like 20 million men died or something like that, and then there were civilian casualties. So, and yes, women absolutely were raped
Yes,
during World War II,
correct.
World War I. We don't know the precise numbers. It definitely wasn't 20 million. Do you think that 20 million male deaths? Here, I'll just be charitable. 5 million women were raped. 20 million men. That's probably not even the actual numbers, but just to throw out a number.
Okay.
20 million men dead. Which is worse?
Do I have to pick, or do I get to like talk on like why I chose that exactly?
Pick, and then you can tell me why.
Okay, what am I picking on again? I'm picking
Which
between.
is worse, 20 million men who die or 5 million women who get raped?
I'm not sure, only because I think men, like, they go to war. Of course, some of them don't want to, but they do fight for a cause, and they feel proud to, like, fight for their country, or I'm just saying, like, maybe majority. And I think, like, grape is very...
Grape.
Grape.
Or
I
essay.
said grape. Oh, sorry. I said grape.
It didn't sound like it, but
Sorry.
okay, go ahead. Just say essay.
Okay, I'll just say essay.
Go ahead.
Essay is very, like, it's not chosen at all, I would say. I would
Do you know
say
what the
they're both
draft
bad.
is?
I'm sorry. You heard about comfort women, right? During war and all
Sure.
that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like that, like men.
Yeah, I agree. Bad.
Yeah, it's
Great.
just-
Essay bad. Comfort women bad.
Yes, and I
Yes.
just think that war in general, of course, like I think
Yeah, you
who,
think-
who chooses war? Like, is it men or women? Like, who chooses
Yeah,
to go
sure.
to war?
So-
And I'm just saying, like,
Sure,
it's just
absolutely.
bad. It's just
Yeah,
bad.
there's-
Period.
there's-
Don't make me
there's-
choose between. It's just bad. Period. And if you're talking,
If you're going to ask a
about-
question, you got to let me answer the
Okay.
question. You can't
What
just.
did I ask?
You can't just.
Okay. Yes.
What's it called?
Go over it. Like every time you guys do here, you guys do that quite often.
Yeah, I'm the host.
Yes.
So,
Okay. But it's just okay. So you get to do whatever you want, I guess. Okay.
well, yeah, I'm the host. I'm
Okay.
going
Sounds
to
good.
interrupt people. I'm going to move
Sounds
things
good. Sounds
along.
good.
So, your whole argument is that women don't have a say. Well, most men, you think like 18-year-old men want to go to war?
Of course, I said I don't think a lot of people go to war. It's
Yeah.
not an argument. It's just like my thought process.
Throughout most of human history, like most men were conscripted into war.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't think that they want to go to war, but I
Yeah.
think
So
when
where's your trade-off though when it comes to like the greater suffering or the greater loss?
I think both have a
How about
bad.
this? If you
Okay.
could prevent one woman
Okay.
from being raped, would
I already
you
said no.
kill 100 men?
I already said no.
10 men?
All right. No, I guess I can't. 1 for
Is it-
10 is just it's hard. I can't choose that. Don't make me choose that. I just think everyone.
What about from a justice perspective? Would you?
Why do I have to pick like specific
It's
things
just
like
testing
this?
the logic. So would you?
Okay, got it.
Would you send 100 innocent men to jail?
To save one innocent woman or something?
No. Would you send 100 innocent men to jail if it
Okay.
meant one actual serial rapist
I would
was
not.
convicted? Okay.
Yeah, it's just not fair. It's just.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't know.
confused though. So if we're doing a comparison when it comes to war,
Yes.
the prompt is, so you said men are not the primary victims of war.
Yeah.
So how could it possibly be the case if there's 20 million men who die and only, X amount, we don't have the exact
Because
numbers.
that's just my emotional thought on it. In terms of logical thought on whether or not I would choose to save one woman over 100
you take
innocent
that off
men,
the table?
then that's something I'm logically making a sense of.
Okay, so
that's-
are men the primary victims
But this
of
is
war?
my opinion, and I think that I just say no because there's just so many things. I don't.
Yeah, but are men the primary victims of war?
I can't.
Well, then if not men, who?
just people. It's just war. It's just
Yeah,
everybody.
but okay, if the question is it women?
It's just both genders.
Yes, I understand that both men and women can be and are victims of
Yes.
war. Okay, let me ask you, let me make it super simple.
Okay.
A woman who's pregnant.
Okay.
That must be really difficult for the husband to
Correct.
witness the pains of pregnancy
Yes.
that his wife is experiencing.
Okay.
Who is the primary sufferer of pregnancy? The woman or the husband?
Physically, the woman. Psychologically, both. It's just both.
Why would it be psychologically
'Cause
both?
It is
Do the other
painful.
women here agree psychologically it's more difficult for the husband
Yeah, it is.
to go through a pregnancy than it is for the woman to go through the pregnancy?
I respectfully disagree.
Oh, that's
Same.
okay.
Actually, I'll just agree. I'll just concede on this point.
Okay.
Say you're right. It's possible that psychologically the husband goes through a worse time than
It
the
is.
woman
It
in
feels
some
bad
cases.
when you can't do anything about.
Hang
like,
on.
someone's pain.
Let me finish.
Okay.
In some cases, it could be the case that a husband psychologically goes through more than the woman. But do you think overall that the woman is the primary victim of the pregnancy or the husband, even if he goes through
Yeah, definitely.
somehow
Of
more
course.
more
Because there's
psychological
physical-
damage?
Yes, of course, because physically and mentally, yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
So
got
then
it.
Brian's asking that
Okay.
exact same question,
Okay.
physically and mentally.
I understand
Who is
that.
the primary victim of war?
I
Can you Answer
understand.
the actual question being asked, please.
I say both. I'm sorry.
Here,
I
how
can't
about this?
decide.
Here, I'll give you another scenario.
Okay.
Okay. A
Nothing-
boyfriend is,
okay.
there's a boyfriend, girlfriend, right? They're dating each other. The girlfriend is great.
Okay.
Okay. That is something really difficult as someone who you care about and love to
course.
see them have to go through that. That's a
course.
terrible thing.
Yes.
Awful crime. It's going to have ramifications on the relationship. You feel for them. You have empathy for them.
Yes.
They've been perhaps violently physically assaulted. The emotional trauma that's going to entail in that. Who's the primary victim?
Of
The
course,
woman who
female.
was
She
raped or
went
the
through-
boyfriend
she
who
went through it
you would
physically and
acknowledge
emotionally.
that the boyfriend, that's got to be very traumatic as a
course,
boyfriend
yeah.
to go through that.
course.
Is it as traumatic
As
as
the
the
person
woman
experienced?
who was raped?
I'm gonna say no. And
So why can't you say that
because-
about men and war when it's
because-
clear that men are overwhelmingly the
Yes.
ones who die in war, the ones who
Yes.
are injured in war, the ones who
Yes.
are involved in war?
Okay, because like I said, it's just both. It's physical and psychological. Women are getting SA'd, and they can't really. Were they even allowed to go to war
Okay,
at that
here,
time?
but-
And I'm just saying, men can fight for a cause at that time. I don't know. I watch movies. I don't know much about war in general, and that's just my opinion.
How about this?
Okay.
Okay. Children or women, primary
Yes.
victims of war?
No, I just say both. Just people were.
Yeah.
they were
But the
all-
what is the word primary?
I guess primary. Do you want to talk about like number wise?
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
talking
Can you
about
just
number.
can you just answer
Yeah.
my question?
Yeah,
What
in
does the
terms
word
of
primary
numbers.
mean?
Yeah,
Can
primary
you
just
answer
means
my
majority.
question?
Majority.
What does the word?
Majority.
Can you just answer my question?
Majority.
Can I at least ask the fucking question?
Yeah, you just go ahead.
What does the word primary mean?
Majority.
Okay. So, primary victim of war.
Okay.
Women or children?
Oh, between like women or children, like choosing between the two.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know the stats. Children, I don't know the
So,
stats.
primary victim of war, majority.
Yes.
Men or children?
Okay. Again, like I need if you want to talk about numbers, which I can really talk about. If you show me two numbers, more men than children, then I would say primarily men. Simple. If you want to show stats about women and men, then yeah, primarily.
Got it. So what stats?
Okay.
Like deaths?
Just death. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to put numbers on, because.
No, I'm asking you. Would it just be death? Is that the metric we're using?
Just anything involved, because it's war. It could be death.
So
it could be
death
anything.
plus psychology plus psychological damage.
Yeah, just everything.
Primary
War.
victim, meaning the majority of the victims of war.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Men or women.
If you want to give me numbers, I can point it out, but I don't know them. Like that's my
how
thought.
about just give us your intuition and tell us why you have that intuition?
Intuition on why? Intuition on which one? Like why?
If you had to guess, so let's
Okay.
pretend for a second you're in an alien ship and they put a gun to your head and say, you have to decide right now.
I don't know
who's
why
the
you guys.
primary victim of war, men or women, based on psychology and physical death. Who would you choose, even if you didn't have the stats?
All right,
and
I
why?
would say men, because they were the fighters, and of course they were the ones in the front lines.
So why did you say that at the beginning, like that it
Because
was women?
I didn't say it was women. I just didn't agree.
Okay.
I just think that everyone, like men, women, children, whatever, like they're all like,
I don't think look.
Yeah.
When it
That was
comes
my
to
take.
war, children are victims, women are victims.
Yes, that's how I saw
but
it.
primary victims of war. Primary would indicate like the most, the first, this sort of thing.
Okay, then I would say men then in terms
I'm
of.
gonna move it on.